Hey y'all, this should be about the second to last build video on the actual building of this bike. The list is very small. Where the wiring's completed, with the exception of a power supply and a ground that goes to the battery. You get your cables, go to the normal places they would if your bike was wired up OEM Harley. One of these two wires goes back to the tail light. I isolated the ground, but one of these two will actually power the tail light. That's going to be connected to this switch. And I can put this cover on, cover that stuff up. Okay, so let's see. One of the few things I still need to do is I'm going to need to cut some of this bracket off right here to make a little bit more room. I do have it adjusted to where it just barely misses that gas tank. But, you know, I'm still going to trim that back just for peace of mind. I did chop the end of this thing off here. It was sticking out about yay far past the grip. Just getting that clearance I needed. The brake is also pretty close, but I don't see a need to mess with that. Once I get the battery, it should be here either Friday or Monday. I did get a lithium ion, which weighs 4.4 pounds. I didn't really research what a stock Harley battery weighs. I'm reading 14 pounds. So if that's a 10 pound, I just don't see that battery that small weighing that much. But anyway, if I cut the weight of that battery in half, it's worth the money. Because y'all know the name of the game on this one here is saving weight. So, but yeah, she's all wired up. If you look, you can see the loom. I put the convoluted tubing around the wiring. Okay, some of this stuff's still a little bit uncovered, but for the most part, she's all covered in loom. I'm also going to have to, so I'm just going to have to break down and buy a piece of plexiglass or Lexan to make something I can glue in here for fill in that big ass hole right there. I kind of wish I could fit a fiberglass fender on the front of it. At some point I may be able to if I switch to a sport bike front caliper, because y'all know this wheel's a little bit off center to make that stock Harley caliper work. But yeah, let's see what else we got. Really, once the battery gets here, finish up this little bit of wiring. Transmission and primary already have oil in it. I did that before I put the derby cover on. I need to replace these two bolts, hold this bracket on here, with something a little bit longer, just maybe a 1/4 inch longer, just put enough reach in there to secure that. I was able to get that old tar boogery looking stuff off of there for the most part. It was like, basically I just used WD-40. Same thing I did with where these reflectors were stuck on here, with the exception of that stuff right there. I don't give a shit what you use. Might come off with your fingernail, but anyway, I got that on both sides. It had reflectors on it. Might need to take some compound where the original 2-up seat was rubbing on it. May not even worry about that, because guys, I'm not gonna lie, over the winter, this winter, I'm hoping to get 3 months, maybe 4 months of racing out of this thing this year. Over the winter, it's getting I'm going to put a extended swing arm on it to make it 68-inch wheelbase, and I'm going to come up with some kind of a tail section to put on it. I have seen a few guys out there, I can't think of the guy's name right off, but he basically used like an aftermarket fiberglass, like a GSXR 1000, or might have been a Buell tail or something. I'm not sure what it was, but kind of looked out of place on a Harley. I may just buy a a glass replica, fiberglass replica, Sportster fender, mount it out at the end, and then make some kind of a tunnel seat pan thing. I don't know. But I'm going to get it out to 68 inches, and MTC is currently producing a slider clutch. So I will probably put a slider clutch in it, get rid of the handle, set this thing up to where I can just leave off of a two-step and she'll go, and then I can dial it in accordingly for some really good 60-foot times. At some point I'm going to take and build up another set of flywheels. I have the ones I took out of this engine with that knocking rod. I can send that to Hammer. They'll replace that center crank pin, set of Carrillo connecting rods, and Trude and all that mess, balanced and everything. I have about $1,600 in it. And as soon as I find a extra set of cases, probably send them the cases as well, have them bored to fit a 90 cubic inch kit. And you know, I don't know, maybe I'll go with another 1275 with just really good ported heads, and maybe put some nitrous on it. I don't know, but maybe I can compete in the non-bagger classes with it. I've got a lot of ideas, a lot of things I want to do, but for the time being, this is what I got. So we're gonna make it work. When I do stretch that arm, I'll be able to use the old $1 million back wheel there that you guys have heard me talking about. Close near future plans, I want to put this, I guess it's a 13 spoke. It takes, I already secured a lighter rotor that actually fits with the right size pilot right here, but my intention is to go out and test this thing with this combination that's 50 tooth rear sprocket, and if I need to make any changes to that is when I'm going to order a sprocket that actually fits that wheel and put a brand new Shinko tire on it. But I don't want to order another sprocket for this smaller pilot. I can just put it on that wheel. I just don't want to order this tooth for that wheel unless, if this isn't what I need for this combination. If I need to go up or down, most likely I'll have to go down to like a 48 or something. I don't know, but I want to get that other wheel on there to get rid of this chrome spoke wheel for obvious reasons. And plus that, actually, believe it or not, it's going to be a little bit lighter than that setup. So more unsprung weight, but let's see, hopefully the next video I'm gonna be putting some oil in this thing and cranking it up for the first time. So I'm really excited to hear it run. Should sound pretty good. Like I said, I don't have much left, just a few little details on the wiring there. No charging system on this. I'm gonna have to bolt a pigtail on this so I can connect a charger to it to charge it between runs. I don't know. I think that's about it for this video, guys. If you have any questions about any single bit of this build, feel free to ask. Drop me a line in the comments section. Let me know what you want to know. Honestly, this is my first Harley drag bike. I've done plenty of imports over the years, but this is the first one I've done that's a Harley, and I'm kind of learning as I go, and it's kind of fun to learn together. So any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to help share my knowledge. If I don't know, I can point you in the direction of somebody that does. So thanks for your support. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a nice day.